Jasmine, please have several seats. Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. And this is my review on Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, Season 1, Episode 5, Jamaican Me Crazy. So we start off where we left off the last episode where Bria is arguing with Silas about how he's controlling and Silas is saying she's manipulative. Preston is over all of it and is like, look, two truths can coexist. Silas is controlling, but Bria is manipulative. The end, let's party. That's why I like Preston. He's like, this is some petty shit. Like, can we just move on? But Silas is upset because, of course, Bria called him controlling. And he's like, you're disrespecting my wife. You're insulting my adult wife. And I'm like, if it's not true that you're controlling Silas, why are you so upset? If it's not true. I would have just brushed that off and would have been like, okay, whatever. But of course, he's like in his feelings. And then Jasmine becomes in her feelings and then literally screams from downstairs like, Bria, stay in your room. Stay in your room. First of all, okay, look, I know Bria definitely seemed like she had a bratty moment about not getting her way. But Jasmine, who the hell are you to be screaming upstairs telling someone to stay in their room? Like, just off of that alone, Bria should have came down there and literally cussed your ass out. You are not talking to a child. Stay in your room. You were screaming upstairs like you were talking to your child. Period. Now, granted, Bria stayed in there because she was just over it all and she didn't want to deal with them. But I was turned off by Jasmine when she did that. I was just like, I don't know about Jasmine right now. And I'll explain later because I don't know if I'm really feeling her. And there's several reasons why. But back to Bria. Bria is crying. A couple of the guys brought her food upstairs and she's crying and eating while she's talking to her man, Simon. You know, Bria does give me bratty vibes, but at the same time, I think there's something else there, which is why she has Milo in the first place. I think this is beyond just being bratty, if you know what I mean. But she's pretty much saying she wants to go home. Simon calms her down and is like, look, I already bought my ticket. Let's just have a good time, chill, whatever. So while she's upstairs, they vote downstairs on if Simon can only stay for 3 days or the rest of the time. And honestly, most of the people put their hands up, and I don't even know if they knew what the hell they were voting for. They just wanted it to be over with. And they were just agreeing with Jasmine and Silas. How old is everyone in this house? Like, they're giving me in their 20s vibes, but maybe also in their early 30s. But everyone is just so emotional. Well, not everyone, but it just seems like some of this stuff is just extra for no reason. And to me, that's your 20s. Like, everything is a big deal. Everything has to be extreme. But of course, Jordan doesn't care. Jordan's looking like, okay, enough with this petty shit. I love Jordan. Like I said, she's still my favorite as far as the females in that house. I rock with Jordan. So they vote, and the majority vote, and pretty much say Simon can only stay for 3 days. So with that, I forgot, what's his name? Nick. What's the cheating ass guy with all of the freaking Ralph Lauren, whatever. He goes up there and he tells Bria, and Bria's like, well, if he only can stay for 3 days, I'm leaving when he has to leave. And so with that, they move on, and Jordan wants to celebrate her 1 year of celibacy. Like, she's been celibate for a year now. And so she wants to invite Bria, of course, because she doesn't have anything against Bria. But of course, Jasmine is made it seem like, let this be about you and let's not talk about Bria. And again, I need to know what their issues are with each other. I really do. Family or not, friends or not, there is an issue between Jasmine and Bria, and I need to know what that is. But Jasmine says in her confessional that Simon is lucky if he even gets a greeting from Jasmine. And I'm just like, why are you blaming why are you blaming Simon? Like, Simon doesn't have anything to do with this. Your issues are with Bria. So why even bring Simon into this and say that you're not going to even greet him properly because of Bria? Like, to me, that was a childish ass moment. And in my personal opinion, it comes off as if Bria and Jasmine are bratty. It's just one is more reserved with her brattiness and the other one isn't. So at lunch, Jordan tells the crew, which is pretty much all the girls who are there in Preston, that, she's not leaving her comfort zone of, being celibate and being single until she knows it's right. And, I agree with Jordan. I really like Jordan. I think she's very mature. And she refuses to let people define how she should move in life and where she should be as far as her relationships and everything else. And Jasmine keeps pushing the issue. And I'm like, Jasmine, mind your business. Focus on your own life. Jasmine gives me the vibes of that friend who's always trying to be a fixer. She's always trying to fix something in her friend's life, even if her friend is constantly saying they're perfectly fine. And I feel like people who are always trying to be a fixer is because they're trying to avoid their own issues in their own lives. Yeah, that's the vibes I'm getting from Jasmine, which is why I can't really rock with her because I really don't know who the hell she is yet. And that's the problem. Alex and Summer connect as far as meditation and different things like that. And they actually do look good together, but I'm interested to see when homegirl, I forgot her name, comes back, how she's gonna feel about that. So they have a Jamaican night, and man, that food, that rum punch looks so good. Like, I miss good Jamaican food. And granted, they have places out here that sell Jamaican food. But I don't know, like, as far as the East Coast and, of course, in Jamaica, like, it's top notch in my opinion. And it's cheaper. I was able to get, like, curry goat and stuff like that on the East Coast and at most spend, like, $10, maybe $12, $15 max. Here, to try to get that, oh, please. Like, you're going to be spending at least $40 for some Jamaican food. But then again, inflation right now is a bitch, so that may have something to do with it as well. So, anywho, they play Truth or Dare, and they start their little freaky, tipsy night. And the main thing that we see from this scene is that Alex and Summer kiss. And then Silas figures out that everyone can hear him and Jasmine having freaky tales. And of course, because he's controlling, he freaks out that the guys can hear his wife moan. And he's so controlling that after that night, of course, they're tipsy. So, of course, they want to get their freak on. He can't get his rocks off anymore because he's trying to not make sounds because he doesn't want them to hear. So what was supposed to be, I guess, a passionate night turns into a disaster because he is just so in his head about the men in the household hearing Jasmine moan. Child, I tell you, Silas, child, I guess. So we find out that Jason, who's cute, by the way, of course, has a 3-month-old daughter. And I'm just like, that's kind of new. Like, she's only 3 months, not 3 years, but 3 months. But you're saying that, if the right situation comes along, you're open to talking to another woman. Like, I don't know about a woman wanting to step into that situation when you have a 3-month-old daughter. Like, this is a new situation that clearly you just got out of. So Jasmine is trying to be a fixer again, and she's talking to Jordan, and Jasmine's like, I know what you want. And Jordan's like, what do I want? Like, what do I want? And better yet, how do you know what I want? And Jordan checks her and says that she's okay. She is absolutely fine. She is absolutely fine being alone and being able to chill and, be at her own level of expectations, not other people's expectations. And she won't allow people to define her. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. At the end of the day, we, especially as Black women, people are so quick, especially women who look like us, are so quick to try to tell us where we should be at a particular time, what we should be doing at a particular time. it's at this point, it's like it's 2023. Like, you don't define anyone at this point on where they should be. And, you know, again, Jasmine, why are you so focused on Jordan? Focus on your marriage, because it's clear at this point there are some issues there from what we have seen so far. So Simon comes, everybody's dressed to the nines, and Simon comes and he's cute. He is a cutie, and he clearly has money, okay? Clearly has money. And because he, first of all, he came, I don't know if that was a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. Now, granted, he probably rented it, but I mean, at the same time, he came in with style. But in the process of everyone getting ready, you know, Jasmine wants to talk to Summer about how she's a little annoyed about how, I guess, Jordan reacted to Jasmine, I guess, caring for her. And Jasmine is talking to, I mean, Lord have mercy, it's too many J's, just like I get confused with Candy and Kenya. But Jordan is talking to Preston about how Jasmine was acting. And, you know, Preston agreed, like, we shouldn't stop trying to pressure people as far as relationships are concerned. So with that, everyone goes to dinner. Everyone is dressed nice. The whole, you know, restaurant and everything is decorated nicely. And they start giving out gifts, honey. Bria and Simon give everyone these nice ass watches. And they end up giving Jasmine and Silas Versace his and her watches. And I wouldn't have given Jasmine shit, because Jasmine clearly is coming off like she's not a genuine ass friend. I think Silas plays the middle and he doesn't care either way, but Jasmine just comes off like a frenemy. Like, she's not a genuine friend. But y'all let me know what you think below in regards to Jasmine. But she gives them these watches and she said, look, at the end of the day, we're family. We're going to argue. We're going to fight. And of course, now that they got these watches, I don't think they even care about that vote anymore. And Bria said the same thing. They don't care. They got these watches. Hell, he could stay the whole damn 7 days. I doubt very seriously we're going to see an issue when 3 days is up if Simon can stay or not. So with that, Silas is asking Simon questions about what are his intentions with Bria. He seems genuine with what he said. Silas starts talking about how being in a union does take hard work, and he's talking, and Jasmine interrupts him, and she's crying because she's saying that trying to adjust to the marriage life and being, I guess, a friend is not easy. And here's the thing, while I'm sure it's not easy, you know, because it takes an adjustment in general. Even if you're not married, it's an adjustment when you're in a relationship and you have friends. Some people don't know how to handle that adjustment. I know people that when they get in a relationship, they definitely, you don't hear from them. It's all about that man or that woman. You do not hear from them. They do not know how to balance well. But here's the thing with Jasmine. I think her issue is one, because she got emotional. I think Jasmine is that friend that because she's married now, she is trying to push to have one of her friends get married so she's not the only married one. But at the same time, I think the reason why she's also crying is because she feels so conflicted, because she's really not being her genuine self. That's the problem that I have with Jasmine. I feel like she's not authentic. She literally has to be a certain way when it comes to Silas, and she's a certain way when it comes to her friends. But which one is the real Jasmine? And I feel like what we're getting now is her representative. That's why she's so conflicted with how she feels, because she really doesn't know, I guess, who she is or who she should be. She almost comes off like she can't be her true self with Silas. She has to be a certain way as his wife, and then she has to be a certain way when it comes to her friends. I think that's where the frustration is coming from. And instead of her working on that and working on her true authentic self, she wants to literally try to focus on Jordan or attack Bria or whatever the case may be. I just think that out of all the girls who are in the actual house so far, I don't know who Jasmine is. And she's the lead girl. She's the one who brought everyone here to the house. She's the main one. So the fact that I don't know who you are kind of bothers me. It's like, I still don't know who you are and what you represent. I just see your representative, and that's a problem. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about Jasmine and what you guys think about this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles!